Hello, it's Thursday, December 14th. This is the Drummond Geometry channel, and we're going to continue with our look at silver and update the charts that we had from the other day, and also take a look at the S&P 500, the E-mini contract, and see if this thing has run into some higher time period resistance. It's been a long move up, it's been a very strong move up, and perhaps we're getting into exhaust territory. You know, with all the volatility that came with the economic data that came out, the Fed's interest rate decision, the Fed talking about perhaps cutting rates going forward, has driven prices pretty well. And had they run into a spot where we might see some weakness or maybe even a turnaround. Keeping in mind this is the end of the year, Christmas is around the corner, so we may just see markets kind of dry up and languish sideways until we get to the new year. So let's get started. First up is the silver chart, and we talked about in the last update, this was monthly congestion that's been in congestion all year long, and I'm anticipating that this is going to break out to the upside. And I was also expecting this to get a little lower. I was thinking that we'd see a test of this quarterly and monthly envelope bottom, and that hasn't materialized yet. We seem to be off and running. And the key thing here, key thing to watch for is this weekly chart. I want to see if this price closes above the weekly PL dot, and that would be a good strong indication that we're going to move higher, and the next stop would be the yearly PL dot and the quarterly envelope top. One of the things about the methodology we use that I forgot to mention in the last update is when we're looking at a congestion pattern like this, we want to take a peek, take a look at which bars are closing on top of the PL dot versus how many bars are closing down below. So this one's on top, barely on top, down below, down below, down below, down below. So you get the picture. We're looking at more bars have closed on top of the PL dot in congestion than below it, and that gives us an idea that the breakout of this is likely to be to the upside, anticipated to break to the upside. So again, it's in a good start. Looking at the weekly or the daily chart over here on the right, the PL dots are now pushing up. Prices have broken through and have stayed up above the monthly PL dot, and we're going to see how it negotiates this weekly PL dot come close on Friday, and then start to get an idea that next week we could have weekly, quarterly, and monthly PL dots underneath this market, supporting the market and pushing higher, starting to get a PL dot push to the upside. And then, as I said, you'll have to navigate up in this area where there's the yearly PL dot and the quarterly envelope top. Now moving over to the S&P, and this is the monthly chart on the left, and we draw in a Drummond line. We're right up in the area of a monthly 5-2 down, and underneath this bar right here, there's also the monthly 1-1 high. So there are two spots on the monthly chart that are starting to show resistance, or we're going to wait, or we're going to watch them to see if they're going to be strong or if they're going to be weak. And now on the weekly chart, we're up above a weekly 5-9 down. And I want to keep an eye on this and see if this market closes down and this 5-9 holds on close. And then we're starting to see some more evidence that the higher time period resistance is stronger. And now moving down into the daily chart, drawing another Drummond line here. This is the 5-2 down, and that's also located right up here at the daily 1-1 high. And seeing how this played out, why did the market stop where it stopped today, up at this spot? And one of the things we look at, what we call 2 to 3 dots on. So if I extend this main channel line, the PL dots, prices, that's 1 PL dot on, roughly that would be 2, and up in this area would be 3. So we got 3 PL dots away from the price, or the price got three PL dots away, and it's that's where the market stopped for today. So that is exhaust type behavior as well. So now you're throwing in the monthly, the weekly, and now we have some daily indications that this market may run its course for a short term anyway. And looking at the hourly chart, you see this 60-minute bar closed way up and then closing back down towards the envelope and then into hourly congestion, and we ended up, that's where the market finished. So right now, let me clean this up a little bit and talk about what we can anticipate for tomorrow. So for tomorrow's action, looking for that area to hold. That's the 1-1 high, and first downside target is envelope top, 1-1 low, and then down here at the daily PL dot. So we may see this, judging by the way things look on the hourly chart, we're probably going to see congestion throughout the night, and this area, if it holds, that's probably a good indication that we're going to see prices coming down here to one of these three lower areas. This was a fairly short update, and we're getting into the end of the year. Market activity could get quite muted, so keep that in mind, and we'll see how this plays out. Again, looking like perhaps the S&P is up for a short-term, at least a short-term correction. And when we see an exhaust up here on this weekly, next week we're probably looking at a weekly PL dot refresh, or maybe a little bit lower. So we'll keep an eye on that for next week. That's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Place them in the comments section. And good trading. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.